Hey, what up everybody? It's Showtime, and as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be discussing the reasons as to why I hate people. Now, first and foremost, I want to say this. I hate no individual. I honestly have no negative emotion towards anybody that I've met in my life. The reason as to why I don't hate anybody is because if I'm giving off negative energy and I'm eliciting negative vibes toward a certain person or certain individuals, that means they have control over my life. Like if somebody can control whether I'm happy, sad, glad, or whatever the case may be, if they can control my emotional state, they have control over me. So I don't let anybody control my emotional state. So I want to say that first and foremost. Hate is such a very, very strong word, right? So I'm going to reword it like this. I'm not going to be discussing the reasons as to why I hate people. I'm going to be discussing the reasons as to why it is not beneficial for me to be around them for health purposes. This is all for health purposes. I went to my doctor. He gave me the diagnosis that, hey, you need to stay away from these type of people. If you're trying to get diagnosed by this doctor, I wouldn't really recommend going to him for the simple fact that, number one, he doesn't have a doctor or any type of medical degree. Number two, you're looking at him right now, and he only deals with one type of patients, and that is himself. But anyway, the first type of person that I'm going to be discussing that is very unhealthy to be around is the type of person who feels as though they know everything about you, and they feel as though they can control your life because they obviously know who you are inside and out, and they haven't even really met you and have a full-blown conversation with you yet. They don't probably even know your name, but they feel as though they can give you advice on what you should do concerning your life. To be frank with you, the people who really have this type of disease, because I call it a mental disease, everybody who I'm about to mention from here on out, these type of people have a mental disease. In my eyes now, I may be a little bit too harsh, but it's just from my perspective. These type of people who do this type of stuff, usually they be the type of people who they cannot control themselves, right? They have something in their life that they haven't really gotten all the way under wraps and under control. So they figure, hey, well, since I can't control this thing that I have, you know what? Let me go out and try to find somebody else who has a problem. And this is all from their perspective. And they say, yeah, well, let me try to go control them and try to dictate their life. Not realizing like, hey, you have a way bigger problem than me. But since you're under the illusion that I have a bigger problem than you, then quite naturally, you're going to try to go out of your way to try to make my life better. Now, there are some people who fall in this category who really do have your best interest at heart. There's some people who, whether it be your parents or whether it be some type of a elderly or authoritative figure who, or even some type of a companion who really does have your best interest at heart, and they're telling you these type of things because they want to see you succeed. But usually when a person like that comes and approaches you, is usually to inflate their ego and make it bigger than what it is. Which leads me to the second type of people that I want to discuss that it is very unhealthy to be around. And usually the people who are book smart fall under this category. From the time of me being in high school, middle school, and college, it's usually these type of people who really think they know it all. They know it all. They are personally friends with the devil. They're personally friends with God himself too. They're friends with even some of your ancestors that are deceased. They know everything there is to know about everybody. The thing about it with these people is when you try to tell them something, they feel as though they already know it. And the thing about that is when you go around life and you feel as though you have everything all figured out, you're going throughout life in a very stagnant and very, okay, the pH scale, right? Well, it's like you're pretty much right in the middle the whole entire time. You're not evolving. The whole point of living life is to evolve and to become better than who you were the day before, a year ago, whatever. So if you go throughout life feeling as though you have everything all the way figured out and that nobody can tell you anything, not even God himself, then you're pretty much setting yourself up for failure, because there's some things in this earth that you will never know. One of the smartest men, Albert Einstein, he didn't even know everything. There are some people who have been labeled as the most intelligent people to ever walk this planet, and they still didn't know everything. And the reason is to why they were as intelligent as they were is because they asked questions, because through asking questions, you find answers and gain more knowledge. So if you feel as though you know everything, you're not asking questions. So how are you going to gain more knowledge? Which leads me to the third type of people who I feel as though is very unhealthy to be around. And it sort of ties into number one and two. And this is just stubborn people, people who are stubborn in their own negative ways. These type of people, they can not only make their lives bad, but whoever is around them lives bad. And that's really everybody in this category. That's why I choose not to be around these type of people. But, people who are stubborn in doing something, even if they know it's going to benefit them, and everybody around them, they're still like, nope, I'm still gonna do this just because. And it's like, man, what are you on? The fourth type of people that I feel as though is very unhealthy to be around is those people who are always mad. Like, they could be the winner of the lottery and they would still be mad. You know, they could have everything they've ever wanted in life and they would still be upset. For what reason, I don't know. You can ask them, why are you upset? Man, I don't know. I just love being upset. They'll probably throw out some stupid answer like, oh, being upset makes me happy. And how can being upset make you happy? So, you know, that's crazy. I'm not going to get into that. The fifth and final type of people that I feel as though is very unhealthy to be around, and I feel as though these are the most unhealthy people to be around, period. The people who are just negative for no reason. Like, they always look at the worst that could happen in any situation. Like, they could have physical capability of being able to accomplish this task easily, no questions asked, but they'll always like think about what could possibly go wrong with it. It's like they could have the ability to do 20 push-ups, but they'll for some odd reason have the inclination to say, well, I may not be able to do this. What if I only do 15, or what if I only do 19? And the thing about these type of people is not only do they doubt themselves and discourage themselves, but they also do it to you as well. Like, you could have the mindset of, I'm going to lead hundreds of thousands of people, you know, or you could have the mindset of, I'm only going to lead 10 people. You can have the mindset of leading yourself. That's the most important thing of all of this, leading yourself to the promised land, so to speak. But they'll even discourage you from accomplishing your goals, your desires, living out the life that you feel as though you deserve to be living. So being around those type of people is very unhealthy. I may do a continuation of this series if this gets a whole lot of positive feedback, but depending upon the feedback that I get and the amount of requests to do a second or a continuation of this will determine whether or not I do another one of these. If you truly like the content presented in this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel so I can constantly keep bringing y'all good, new, and refreshing quality content. And like I said before, it's J Showtime, your favorite rapper and favorite person. And if you ain't authentic, we ain't conversing. Till next time.
I have so much cream, it looks like I haven't shaved in days. About to take a shot, it's not a fade away. Really just a label, hey, hey, today to the people who are listening and want to hear me say what I say today, cause I'm paving the way for a